Sup boys, Ludo here, and welcome to the Frost DK PvP guide. If you want to do some juicy, nasty one-shots, you come to the right place. So, let's get going. First thing I want to say, we did some recent buffs on the Frost DK and it helped a lot. Frost DK is looking pretty damn decent right now, you know. So, first, race. Which race is the best? In my opinion, we have few choices, okay? For the Horde, it's gonna be the Orc. For the Alliance, it's gonna be the Human. Why? Well, Orc plus Blood Fury, nice burst. Human has a boost to secondary stats, and it has stun removal, which means you can go burst trinket as well, right? So that's kind of juicy too. So those would be my two top choices. Now we have a high mounted Tarren, which is also okay as a defensive option, but in my opinion, Frost DK. I don't know. I wouldn't go. I would prefer one of those two. Again, Dark Iron Dwarf is solid as well. Night Elf also can work, but those two would be my top choices since Frost DK is kind of one-shot class, right? Okay, we got it out of our way. What are we running for stats? We are running Mastery to the full. Now my stats are, you know, I'm playing both. I'm playing a little bit Unholy. I'm playing a little bit Frost, but once some Conquest uncaps, I'll have Mastery to the cap. After that, I'll go Verse. After that, Haste, just to reduce our GCDs a little bit, you know. And Crit is the last, right? Now, we will be running both 2-set and 4-set. 4-set is looking pretty juicy. Gaining another charge of Empower Rune weapon. Very nice, okay? So, that will be it for that. Now for embellishments, I'm running Arcana View Insight. But once again, guys, if you want to run Devouring Banding, completely fine. On some character, usually this one is best in slot, but the difference is minimal, very minimal. This one is like 50 times more expensive, you know. So on some characters I just do Devouring Banding if I don't have the gold enough, but if you do, just get this one. Very simple. I'm running this currently, but as I said, if I played Human, I would probably run the unused trinket, but I'm playing Orc, right? Other than that, we will be running I'll be running Speed. I do have Leeching because of the Unholy, but in my opinion, Speed, because we are kind of slow on Frost DK, because we're not playing Riders at the moment, right? So I'll be running Speed on all three: shoulders, head, and feet. Strength on chest and on the legs. On the weapon, we have the Fallen Crusader this time. We're not running the dual wield, as you can see. We're running two-hander for the big hits, because we're playing Deathbringer. So we do big obliterates, okay? Other than that, gems and ring enchants, we'll be going Mastery, full blast. As you can see, Mastery, and we have one special gem, Enduring Heliotrope, for the damage reduction, right? Now, hero talents, completely different from the last season, right? So we will be running Deathbringer. It's currently insane for one shot, insane. But I'll go through both builds, okay? I'll go through both builds because Riders is still viable, still better in some things like mobility, you know. So, like we are kind of missing that, right? But with Deathbringer, like the one shot is crazy good, and if it gets nerfed, Deathbringer, Riders could be the play once again. So that's why we're going through both builds, right? Okay. So we'll start with the left tree, right tree, mid tree, PvP talents, and then finish up with the Riders. Let's get going. So, what's essential, what's bad, what's good, what's optional? Let's get going. I removed 2 optional talents, 8 as you can see, here 1. And let's break it down. So, all of these you will obviously need, they're amazing. Now, what differs from Unholy DK here is we are not going Raise Dead. right? We don't need it. We don't have a sacrificial pact, right? We could sacrifice last season and kill our ghoul to get some HP back. We are not doing that. Ghoul is kinda useless now, so we are not going that way. We are saving 2 points. Okay. Reducing Death Strike, obviously. Like, all these are so good, right? You have to pick them. They are a no-brainer. Now here is a, I would say, first optional. Not always needed. But it's just a good talent, right? It's just a good talent, so I usually pick this. Now, these are pretty much just passives that make you stronger, right? Then we have another new defensive this season, that pact. I mean, new. It's not new, but no one used it before, right? But since we're feeling super squishy, why not? Why not? And if you're on that pact, you kind of have to commit 2 points because it reduces cooldown by a lot, and 50% healing increased, well, helps to buff this, because otherwise it's kind of bad in my opinion, right? So if you want to pick this, you go 2 points. I can always pick this because, well, I need another defensive. Feeling super squishy on Frost DK, okay? Now, we want to get to Icy Talons, okay? And we have 3 options here. To be honest, I definitely always go with this, and I pretty much run this almost always. I mean, it's not needed if you're not playing against, well, a caster. If you're playing against a double melee, well, you don't need it, right? So definitely optional. So we can skip this. Let's say we are playing against double melee, right? We don't need it, okay? We have 4 more points. We need 1 more to unlock the lower 3. Where are we going? These we are obviously all unlocking. The magic zone, very nice. You need this. Buffing your anti-magic shell, amazing, right? One of these we need to pick to unlock the node here. So this one is definitely better than this. Leech is okay, whatever, nerfed in PvP, right? So not great. This is not bad, but this is more for threes in my opinion. In Shuffle, will you ever get 2 zones? Almost never. Okay, 95% of the chances, no. So I personally don't pick this. Now this is very good actually to help you set up your one shot, right? Because well, it's a big slow, right? If you grip, do the blind, then do this, it's a big slow. So very nice. I like to pick this. Boom. I have 3 points. I like to go with Blood Draw because it's just, let's call it a mini defensive as well. Just tiny defensive, but it helps. And we have 2 points now. So out of these 2 points, I personally usually pick this if there's a caster. If not, then I don't. If there's not, I go here. 1 point. Is it good? It's just okay. Second point, I usually go here. Okay. So the last point, I would probably change between these 2, nothing else. Okay. Again, this is viable definitely in trees, but in Shuffle, will we ever get to that? Probably not, right? I mean, you could also go with this instead of this, right? It's okay talent, but other than that, I don't see anything that we would run. Okay, this is okay, but then again, you know, you're usually gripping the healer. Okay, maybe if there is a hunter, this could be solid. You know, it's a viable choice as well. So take that into account. Now, the right tree is pretty much locked in, boys, okay? Everything you see here, it's gonna stay here. Now, we do have 1 choice node, and this is this, which we usually ran, or this, okay? Now, this is a weak talent, okay? It's a weak talent, it doesn't do much. It's just a tiny passive damage boost. Once again, this is as well a weak talent, doesn't do much, just 10%, you know, it's not much. but I'm running this currently. Honestly, will you even notice which one is better? Probably not. So whichever you think is better, just pick it. I'm currently running this one. Half guys are running this one. Half guys are running this on the top of the ladder. Other than that, it's locked in, okay? Now the mid tree, well, we have only 2 node choices, and well, I would definitely say this is better, and no question about it, this is better too. Well, because this is not good. I mean, Reaper perfectly aligns with Pillar of Frost anyway. Why would we reduce the cooldown? It just doesn't make sense, okay? So that's the full mid tree here. Now for PvP talents, I always run Strangulate. I just love this ability. I'll always pick this, okay? Delirium, I almost always pick this, you know, if I'm not playing against something that I need. Bloodforged armor, for example, warrior. I have always go delirium. Okay. Now, spell warden, I again almost always go, but there's only, you know, the only time I don't go it is if it's 2 physical damage dealers, like I don't know, double warrior for example. And then instead of removing delirium, I'll remove the spell warden or bloodforged armor, right? So that's the only difference here. Now, out of all of these talents, I would say Death Calls in Praise is an interesting one. I did try it in few lobbies of Shuffle, but honestly, it's no good. I really didn't like it. Yeah, it does a lot of damage, but you have to play with someone who can help you lock down the targets, okay? Because once you pop this, boom, everyone is gonna trinket, everyone's gonna fly away, you know? And if they just use one mobility button, they're almost out and you can't move. If you're out of grip, you grip people so they can, you know, you can CC them, you're out of grip and you can't move. You're so slow, right? So that's why I really don't like this talent in Shuffle. Now in trees probably, you can definitely make this work because well, you'll be on voice, you'll be with teammates, so you know they'll help you lock down the targets so they can't escape. So then it's definitely viable. Bloodforged armor, we talked about it, it's very solid. Rotten Wither, I never ran it. Bitter Chill, actually I like this talent and I was running it before, but I just find Delirium better. Okay, if I was to change something for it, it's probably Bitter Chill for Delirium, but I just find Delirium better. But you know, you can try Bitter Chill. I think it's a decent talent, definitely. This one is a very interesting talent, but it's not consistent. Okay, it's very cool. It's very, it's just a very cool talent, but I don't think it's consistent. You know, so yeah, like you want to focus on the game, not because this talent takes a lot of, you know, attention, I would say, to keep track well. This is just okay, you know, whatever. That Chill is also a cool talent, but I just find these three, you know, a standard. I just find these three a standard, and as I told you, I almost never change them, and they're just so good. So yeah, that will be for the Deathbringer talent tree. Let's get into the riders. Okay, so for the Riders of Apocalypse, we have pretty much the same choices in the right tree, you know, this, or again, on the left tree, same stuff, right? But in the mid tree, we have a choice node, actually, which is these two, right? Usually we were running this, always, because Frost Strike was the main damage dealer, but since this got nerfed from 20% to 10%, and well, Frost Strike is not that crazy, that's like a dual wield build, right? We'll be running this. Okay, so this will be better in my opinion. If Frost Strike is the play once again in the future, I think this could be the choice once again, but then again, last season it was split 50-50, I remember, between these two. And this was 20%, not 10%. I was running this, but now I think, well, this is better, right? For the riders. Okay, let's get into the most important part. No, my guy is dead, of course. Okay, this is super good. I don't need UI. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this, drop the like and subscribe to help out your boy. And let's see, how do we do this burst now? How do we one shot? I'm gonna tell you guys before we start, so I don't do it, so I don't talk while I'm doing it. First, we're gonna pop our, racials, trinkets, whatever to boost our damage. We're gonna Pillar of the Frost. We're gonna Frostworm, Fury, right? Then we're gonna empower a weapon into Reaper's Mark, into the Breath of Sindragosa, and we're gonna consume our Killing Machine procs on a Blitz rate. And once we're out of Killing Machine procs and empower rune weapons, we're just gonna Frost Strike until we are out of our runic power, right? And well, then we're going to our normal rotation. Once we do that, I'll explain the normal rotation. Okay, let's do it. So let's see how much damage we'll do. 2 million damage in just what, 15 seconds? Insane, right? Insane burst. Well, now we are in a normal rotation. So we did like what, 140k DPS burst? Crazy. Okay, that's the burst. What is our normal rotation? Boom. Priority list, I mean. Killing machine procs, #1. Boom, right? We're gonna click that. Okay, what's next? Next is Rhyme procs. Okay, this is the Howling Blast proc. Boom, that's #2. The #3 is Frost Strike. Well, if you have enough runic power, right? Now, if you don't have enough runic power, what is the next one? It's just normal obliterate, okay? And, well, that's pretty much it. If you have nothing else to do, you can always reapply your Delirium, or you can always reapply your Chains of Ice. Out of that, well, you can Death Strike if you're getting low, right? That's pretty much it, guys. Okay, utility, CC, defensives, what do we have? Now, by the way, if you're wondering why I didn't cover the riders damage rotation, it's pretty much the same, just, without Reaper's Mark. Just skip that part, it's literally the same, the damage rotation is the same, everything's the same. I do have on the last season's guide, Apocalypse rotation. It's pretty much the same, but if you want to check it out, you can check it out. Nothing changed. The Frost Decay is the only, spec that changed 0 almost since last season. So yeah, if you want to see that, check it out there. Now, our CC, what do we have? We have our pool, very important to, pull the healer, pull the DPS into our CC chain. So our CC is pretty much Blinding Sleet, right? So we need to blind them. What's next we can do is drop that in decay for that big juicy slow. And then we do our burst. And we have our stun on the Frostworm. We wanna, again, chain all that together. And then we wanna strangulate the healer to extend our CC duration, okay? So that's pretty much everything we have from CC. Now, mobility. Unfortunately, since we are not playing riders, we have Death's Advance. Death's Advance is not breaking roots, unlike the Horseman, right? So that's like you're way less mobile, right? But we do have Wraith Walk. That's why we're taking it. If you get rooted by Frost Mage for 7 seconds, that's how you get out. So that advance is not that great, unfortunately, okay? Other than that, we have our defensives. What do we have? Anti-Magic Shell, super, super, super good against the casters. Amazing against the casters. You can literally destroy some casters. For example, the Station Invoker can't even you know, disintegrate into you, that beam, right? It's not even gonna work. That's why it's so good. Now, we're running Spell Warden. You can anti-magic shell your teammate, your healer, right? He's getting bursted, boom, you're gonna throw it on him. Okay, so that's very nice. Next, Icebound Fortitude. You're playing against Rogue. You're saving it for the stun, right? He's gonna stun you for 5 seconds, boom, you can get out and not only get out of the stun, but also reduce his damage. So very nice. Death Pact. Your healer is CC'd. You're out of your other defenses. Boom, you click this. Very simple. You get healed. Okay? Now, anti-magic zone. I usually save for my teammates, honestly. Except if it's last resort for me, then I use it, right? You have to stand in it though. So there's that. And outside of that, we only have Death Strike. And with Death Strike, we have a Bloodforged Armor. So for 4 seconds, your physical damage taken is reduced by 25%. That is actually a lot. So it's a pretty solid defenses, but then you have to, you know, Death Strike often to keep it up, right? And we have our Lichborn, which is like super mini, tiny defensive, but it is. I usually use it just to break sleep or charm, right? Yeah. And we have our Chains of Ice, of course. Super good slow. Don't forget to use it. It's very important. Okay. And that covers it. Let's get into the macros. So for the macros, I am recommending Party, Frame, Anti-Magic Shell for you, your teammate, and your healer. So 3 of them. I have Cursor for Anti-Magic Zone and Death and Decay. We have Death Pact with the Health Stone. We have Frostworm with our passives, with our... I didn't put the Trinket in since I don't use it, but if I did, I would put the Trinket in as well. I have Grip 1, 2, 3, Arena 1, 2, 3, right? Same for Strangulate. And that's it, what I use pretty much. Okay. Now for add-ons, I have a full 20-minute UI guide somewhere on my YouTube. Just type UI if you want to see how to set up my whole UI with and I have Discord. On Discord, my import links for, well, profiles of pretty much all important add-ons, right? Yeah. Okay, Shuffle Blitz, 2s, 3s. How are we looking? Honestly, in Shuffle, I would bump Frost DK to 8 here. It's really good. Just took me like 4 hours to surpass even Unholy DK, which I played for an 8 in rating, I mean. And it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent, I would definitely say. You can carry games. Unfortunately, some games are very hard to win if you're playing against something slippery and you just can't get the CC chain, or you know, your teammates die because you don't have utility. For example, like a red paladin, you can't save your teammates much, right? So yeah, you're kind of reliant on your one shot, and that's good in Soul Shuffle, especially at the lower ratings, because you know, a lot of people don't react well, right, to it. Now for 2s, what healer should you play with? Honestly, anything that's good probably. So Mistweaver. Pricey Walker is always good in 2s. It's aggressive and can be good defensive, can help you with the mobility, right? Rescue and all this good stuff. Has spammable CC. Probably Restless Druid will be pretty solid as well, since it's always good in 2s. Okay. Priest, probably not with the Frost DK, I don't see it. But those would be my top 3 choices. Now for 3s, again, probably Pricey Walker or Mistweaver as well. But for the DPS, last season, like, Marksman Hunter is super nice because, well, you one-shot, he can one-shot 2. So, you know, 2 one-shotters, and he has Mortal Wounds, and he has Mining Shot, which lines up well with your pool and all of that. That's a pretty good one. Now, Sub-Rogue is pretty OP right now, so you can definitely pair with Sub-Rogue. Crazy one-shot, once again, with the Smoke Bomb. It's gonna be good, you know, it's very nice. What else do we have? Windwalker is pretty damn good against Mortal Wounds. Crazy good you know, blind into leg sweep, into all good stuff. So Windwalker is always good with the DK. Other than that, probably I wouldn't play with the ranged. I've heard that Evoker, Devastation Evoker is good with the Frost DK. Now, I've never personally seen it. I never played against it. Even last season, I've never seen it. But I remember when I was watching, when I was first time playing Frost DK, I was watching Zeke. This guy's crazy good DK, and he was recommending that. I think he was playing that comp. But yeah, I remember that, and you know, if you want to play that, amazing. Maybe check him out for that. And yeah, now Blitz. And Blitz, I think this is again insane. You have such a strong team fight. You can literally, well, you can kind of one-shot the healer and win the team fight. You know, Unholy is great. Unholy is great, but Frost is even more oppressive because you have stun into huge one-shot. You have literally a whole team stun, and you can silence into one-shot the healer. So, which wins the team fight pretty much, right? So honestly, Frost is one of the best melees in the Blitz. Okay. So let's get into strength and difficulty. Okay, so the document from the last year when we were pushing every class to elite and spec, we're just gonna overwrite. These are the other ones I've done so far, right? So, strength 0 the weakest, 10 the strongest, difficulty 0 the easiest, 10 the most difficult. So, riders, I think we're gonna put these. Looking at the Unholy DK, I think they're very similar, but I'm gonna put riders at 6.5 out of 10. Okay, the strength. And Deathbringer, I'll put at 8 out of 10. I think Frost DK and Unholy are kind of same in the strength, but the riders in Unholy and the Deathbringer in the Frost, okay? Now, the difficulty of riders in the Frost, I would leave it at 5, I think that's fair. And Deathbringer, again, I'll leave it at 5. I don't see, you know, what's the difference in difficulty between these two builds? No, 0, right? Why is Frost 5 and Unholy is 6? Well, Unholy, I would say, is a little bit harder. Definitely harder because of the pet kick. So, it's harder for sure, right, than the Frost DK. It has a little bit harder rotation as well. Now, to get to elite, I would bump this down, as Frost is not bad anymore this season. I would definitely bump this down to 7. I'm gonna leave it at 7 because the season seems very deflated. So we're gonna leave it at 7 out of 10, right? If the season inflates, if Blizzard, you know, injects MMR more into the system, we could drop this to 6. But for now, I think we're gonna leave this at 7 out of 10. Okay? Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop the like and sub. And now we will do the shuffle. So you have just some reference, how to set it up, how to play, how to burst, you know, how to do damage out of sides of the burst. Tonight or tomorrow, we'll be doing, continuing our guides and stream. We'll be doing the shaman. We'll start with the enhancement shaman, so, you know, if you're interested in that, drop by, say hello, and I will see you. Peace out. Okay, let's go. Destroy this guy. I'm pumped up. We have a glide here as well. We're gonna beat this guy easily. Question about it. Oh no. What the fuck level first? There we go. There we go. Man, I'm getting so much errors in my UI, it's crazy. Ah, so annoying. Okay, second PS, very nice. I don't know who's gonna sweep, honestly. It's fine though. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. 2-0. Who do we go here? Arms has parry, that's kinda bothering me. Oh, that's my bother here. Let's go arms though. Okay, okay. This was complete solo kill. Complete. Ah, DPS him at the same time I do go. Unfortunately. How do we DR the sounds? What the fuck? Immune? Need to live 10 more seconds, I guess. No. Oh my god, it was so close. What are we doing DK there? I mean, I told him to go warrior. Bro, where's the silence after, man? Okay. One more win and I'll be happy. Ah, so annoying. There we go. There we go.